everyone, this is Dr. T. Varlakshmi discussing you about net present value related problems and the solutions as a part of capital budgeting techniques in business economics and financial analysis. Net present value. Here, the time value of the money is going to be taken into the consideration, which is also called as discounted cash flow techniques to calculate the money value of the organizations. For example, if the organization is investing 40,000 now and with a rate of interest rate is 10% and 5 years they are expecting that returns, what is the future value means the time value of the future money value is going to be calculating with the formula of present value of the money into 1 plus r to the power of n. That is future value of that money we don't know, but presently they are investing the 40,000 rupees of that amount into 1 plus r is the rate of return, that is 0.1 whole to the power of 5. So like this, they will calculate that future value of the money by using this formula. Same way, assume that the future they are expecting a return of 10,000. Return of 10,000 at the rate of 10% discount for 1 year. Let us say 1 year. Now, the present value for that 10 rupees, if we want to calculate, the same formula only. Future value already they have given. Present value we don't know. So, at that time, what we will do, this same formula, present value is equals to future value divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. We will use this formula. So, the future value is 10,000 into 1 divided by 1 plus 0.1 whole to the power of 1 value there will see. So it is 9,900 something it will come. So which means presently if they invest 9,900 rupees, then if the rate of the return is 10%, then after 1 year there is a expectation returns of 10,000 rupees. That is the calculation of the time value of the money as per discounted cash flow methods. In this payback period or the average rate of return, they were not considered the time value of the money into the consideration. But here in the NPV, they will consider this time value of the money. Based on that one only, they will calculate this particular elements. So that's why the net present value formula is present value of the cash inflows minus present value of the cash outflows. So which means if the presently whatever they are investing and the future returns, if that present value is going to be equal, the net present value of that project is 0. That is acceptable because it is at break-even point. But the present value of the cash inflows is less than the present value of the cash outflows means they are getting less returns than their investment. So the project can be rejects. And if the present value of the cash inflows is more than the present value of the cash flows means there is a chance of getting surplus returns for their investments. So the positive NPV. So if at that time it is better to accept that particular project. So based on the expected cash inflows and the rate of return and the number of years, it is going to be calculating the present value of the project. Let us have the discussion on this one. The first thing is a management of fine electronics company is considering to purchase an equipment to be attached with the main manufacturing machine. The equipments will be 6,000 and will increase the annual cash inflow by 2,200. The useful life of the equipment is 6 years. After 6 years, it will have no salvage value and the management wants 20% return on all investments. Based on this data, we are required to calculate NPV, that is net present value of this investment project, and should the equipment be purchased according to the NPV analysis or not, we have to give the analysis. So let us see this one. Initial expenditure of that particular given machinery is 6,000, whereas the life of that project is 6 years. Annual cash inflow is 2,200, and the salvage value, that is at the end of the period, if they sell that one, the return value is 0%, and the required rate R value they have given to us is 20%. Now we have to calculate the NPV. So that is present value of 6,000 will be called as cash outflows. Cash outflow. So 2,200 value will be called as present value of cash inflows. Cash inflows. And annual cash inflow 1 to 6 years is 2,200 with a 20% factor. So 20% factor value, present value factor value is going to be calculating by 1 divided by 1 plus. This 20% means 0.2 whole to the power of 6. Whole to the power of 6. If we calculate this one, this value will be 3.326, and 2,200 for every year, and up to 6 years means 12,000. It value will be 13,200. So 13,200 into 1 divided by 1 plus 0.2 whole to the power of 6, if we calculate, its value will be 7,317. Or if it is 1 plus R to the power of divided by N, that is a factor, if we calculated, it will be 3.326. Directly also you can calculate instead of 6 years multiplication. That is 7,317. Presently the rupee value is the same, means 6,000. So the present value of the cash inflows is 7,317, and the cash outflows is 6,000, and there is an NPV of 1,317. So it gives a positive NPV value. Positive NPV value, which means it is a scope of getting more cash inflows than the cash outflows. As per the NPV analysis, it is suggestible to purchase the machinery. Same thing, if we see the second problem, smart manufacturing company is planning to reduce its labor cost by automating a critical task that is currently performed manually. The automation requires the installation of the new machinery. The cost to purchase and install a new machinery is 15,000, which means cash outflow. And the installation of the machine can be reduced annual labor cost by 4,200, means this is a cash inflow, because they are going to save is also called as the inflows for the organization. And the life of the machine is 15 years, and the salvage value of the machine after 15 years will be 0. So 0 salvage value, and the required rate of the return of the smart manufacturing company is 25%, which means it is its R value. This is the AN value. This is the cash outflows. This is the cash inflows. And should smart manufacturing company purchases the machinery, they're asking. According to this net present value method, smart manufacturing company should purchase the machine because the present value of the cost saving is greater than the present value of the initial cost to purchase and install the machinery. Because let us see this solution, how they have given that conclusion. Initial cost is 15,000, whereas the life of the project is 15 years. Annual cost savings is 4,200, and the salvage value is 0. Rate of required is 25%. 1 to 15 years. Amount of the cash flow is 4,200, whereas at the 25%, the present value factor is 1 plus R to the power of N. That is 1 plus 25% has written as 0.25 whole to the power of 15 we have taken, that is 3.859. For 4,200 into 3.859 gives 16,208 rupees, whereas the present investment here is the present is 1 rupee will be present value is 1 rupee only 15,000 divided by 1,208 rupees of the positive NPV they are going to be get. So that is the way they can calculate this one. Or we can use this another method also. For every year they're going to be get for 4,20,000 means, and it means presently if there is a 1 rupee value is there, if 25% returns is going to be get back for the 15 years, this 1 rupee value is going to be become 3.859. So 1 rupee value, that is 1 rupee value, if they have invested 15,000 means if it is become 3.859, then it will be 4,200 returns means just we are going to be multiplying that one. So here all these examples that I have discussed with you, when the cash inflows are even, that is every year they are going to be get 4,200, second year, first year up to 15 years they are going to be get the cash inflows of same equal 4,200. So that's why it is called as where the cash inflows are even. If it is changing 1 year to another year, then that will be called as when the cash inflows are uneven. So like this, if that uneven cash inflows are all there, how to compute this NPV value? Let us have the discussion. A project requires an annual initial investments of 2,25,000 and that is this 2,25,000 is their investments, which means cash outflow. So always cash outflow at the time of that time period, any 1 rupee value they will take it as 1 rupee. But later, after 1 year only, they'll think that rupee value is going to be reducing. If you have any doubts, theory related to this NPV is there. Please clarify from that one. Here is also I'm trying to explaining you, and is expected to generate the net cash inflows of year 1, 95,000, year 2, 80,000, 3, 60,000, fourth year, 55,000. The cash inflows are uneven here. And we are required to calculate the net present value of this project if the desired rate of return is 12%. Here the solutions, if we see, cash inflows generated by the project is uneven. So therefore, we'll take this tabular form every year. What is the cash inflows? 95,000, 80, 60, 55. And the present value for 1 rupee, if we calculate, present value for 95,000 we can calculate. So present value for 1 rupee at the first year, that calculation is 1 divided by 1 plus R value, that is 0.12 whole to the power of 1. We get value will be 0.893. At the second year, 1 divided by 1 plus 0.12 whole square, because second year present value we need to calculate. It is not even. So every year we have to calculate this present value of the rupee. So 1 divided by 1 plus 0.12 whole to the whole cube value will be this. 1 divided by 1 plus 0.12 whole to the power of 4. These are all called as 1 rupee present values, which means today if they invest 1 rupee, if the rate of return is 12%, after 1 year its value will be 0.89. That means if they invest 89 paisa now, there is a chance of getting the future of 1 rupee. But if they invest 0.79 today, after 2 years, there is a chance of getting 1 rupee. If they invest 70.71 paisa now, then after 3 years, they'll get 1 rupee. If they invest 63 paisa now, after 4 years, they will get 1 rupee. So, which means present value for 1 rupee in the value at the rate of the discount rate they have given to us. If it is for 1 rupee, 0.893 means for 95,000, it will be multiplied as 84,835. So this is going to be multiplying with these values. We'll get these values into this one. So if we add them, this is called as summation of present value of cash inflows. So 2,26,295. Whereas the initial investment is 2,25,000 means there is a surplus of 1,295 rupees. So it is better to purchase that particular machinery. Here what we need to remember is that present value formula 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n we have to calculate. If it is a even, 1 plus r to the power of n directly we will take. If it is an uneven, for every year 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n basis we have to calculate and we can accumulate that value. The same way for various projects, if they have given at that time, how to calculate that we will see. Choose the most desirable investment proposal from the following alternatives using profitability index method. So profitability index method is the same only. In the present value, NPV value, we will see present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash outflows. Whereas the profitability index means present value of cash inflows divided by present value of cash outflows they will take into the consideration. Just as a percentage. Instead of less that amount, percentage if we take, then it will be called as profitability index method. So if we see this proposal XYZ, present value of the cash inflows is 2,12,000, 1,75,800, 1,85,200 for the respective XYZ companies. And the investments are also they have given 2 lakhs, 1,60,000, 1,80,000. So if we less this one, then we'll get the NPV of 12,000, 11,800, 5,200, etc. But if we divide them, that is 2,12,000 divided by 2 lakhs, 1,71,800 divided by 1,60,000, 1,85,200 divided by 1,80,000. Then it will be called as profitability index. Both are same, more or less. But the thing is, NPV gives in terms of the remaining cash inflows out of the cash outflows, but the percentage between the cash inflows to the outflows can easily known to the profitability index. So if we see this profitability index for the X company 1.06, for Y company 1.07, for Z company 1.03, the highest NPV, but it is not the most desirable investment because X has the most NPV, but its ratio is less. But Y is that shows the moderate NPV but highest profitability index. So it is better to go with this machinery X than the machinery Y than the machinery X, by considering the NPV as well as Y profitability index methods into the consideration. The same way, the next type of problem they have given to us, that is the cost of the investments for the proposal A is 20,000 and the proposal B is 28,000, whereas the life of that particular machinery is 4 years. And the life of the machinery B is 5 years. And the scrap value with this one is nil. If they give, then we will add to that one. And we will less from the cash inflows. And at the end of this 2015, 500 is the cash inflow. For this one, nil. 16 after second year, 2,000, 3,400. 17, 3,500, 3,400, 18, 2,500, 3,400, and 2019, it is nil, whereas it is going to be get 3,400. And it is it's estimated that each alternative project will require an additional working capital of 2,000 rupees. Additionally, they require 2,000 working capital, and which will be received back in full after expiring of each project life. Depreciation is provided under the straight line method. The present value for 1 rupee at the end of the year at 10% per annum is given below. Already the present values they have given. Even if they have not given also, we can calculate by using this 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. So n is the first year and r value is 10% means 0.1. So here is this n is 2, r value is 0.1. Third year n is third year and 0.1, and fourth year n value is 4, and fifth year n value is 5. So based on that one also we can calculate. There is no requirement that compulsory they will give you this present values. If they gives, okay. If they won't give, sir, also we can calculate by using this formula. So let us have the solution for this given problem. Calculation of the profits after taxes we have to see first of all. Years 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19 they have given. Net incomes, that is 500, 2000, 3500, 2500 and everything. And net income for the proposals. So that is first year they won't get, but the next years they are going to get back these investments. But they have to add the depreciation amount because depreciation of straight line method they have given. So okay, depreciation of this is good. How can they calculate is the life of this machinery is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years they are going to be get that one, and the scrap value with that machinery is 0 means their investments is 20,000 and 4 years is the life of the project means every year 5,000 rupees reduction of the machinery is there. That reduction of the machinery is called as the depreciation. So which means depreciation is showing by the companies for the tax reductional purposes only and to maintain the additional funds for the future reduction of the machineries. So that's way. So we have seen some of the movies also. The companies, if they get the profit, they have to pay the tax. If the companies get the losses, the income tax company won't repay to them. That's way. Earlier, the company has the option of saving some money for their future certainty of the losses. So that is called as the depreciation. They can show, but they need not to spend that amount. That is depreciation. That's why we will add that one depreciation of 5,000 rupees. So that is the cash inflows for this proposal A. Proposal B are also 28,000 divided by years of the cash inflows 1, 2, 3, 4 years it is going to be get. So that is 25,000 divided by 4 years will give the 5,600 of the depreciation. So this is the cash inflows. So the total of the net income and after the depreciation it is going to be get 28,500, 41,600. We have not yet calculated any NPV values. We have just calculated the cash inflows, net cash inflows values are only now. Now, the net present value is proposal A, present value of the cash inflows, that is 5,500 rupees. So here it is 5,500 into the present value factors, that is first year 0.91 and the second year into 0.83 into third year 0.75 into fourth year 0.68 that values will take into consideration. So here is also the same thing 0.83 into 0.75 into 0.68 into, I'm sorry, not for these values into, these are the final cash inflows into first year 0.91 into 0.83 into 0.75 into 0.68 into 0.62. If we multiply with this present value factors, then we will get this values, that is 5,000 5 rupees, 5,810, 6,375, 5,100, and these values of this proposal Y. So the total present value of the proposal X is 22,290, whereas investment is 20,000 means, so their profit is 2,290 rupees. And here it is the 31,016 means its profit is 3,016 rupees. Proposal B is having more NPV than the proposal A. According to the NPV, it is better to accept the proposal B than the proposal A. So like this, if the cash inflows are even or the cash inflows are uneven, by using the present value factor into the consideration, we will do the problems related to that one and we can give the best analysis for the NPV. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.